Hey guys, welcome back to Automate with Rakesh. In this video, we are going to focus. There is an asset, and this asset is very different because this asset contains the values per robot. For example, here I am not using the global value. I am assigning the username and a password very specific to a robot, a Rakesh robot. Okay, this is the robot. I am passing a value. Now, how do you really fetch the value of this robot? So what is the trick using endpoint? How can I fetch a very specific robot value? What is the username assigned to it? So how do you get it? So let me show you. First of all, this is already created. I'm going to put some value here and hit on save and hit on update. Okay. So I'll come out of this. So let's see how this can be done. So the asset name is asset 5. I'm targeting the asset 5. Now to do this, a pretty simple option is available. All you do, you need the endpoint. For that, I'll let you know how do you find this. Okay, so simply type UiPath API Docs, and here you would find API reference orchestrator document. Just open this up. So once you open, scroll down, and here you find something called asset request. So click on this link. Okay, so in this link there are two things. Okay, on the top you have something called retrieving a specific asset, and just below that we have something called retrieving per robot assets. So normal asset and per robot asset is different. Just now you saw we are not using the global value, we are assigning very specific values to the robots, so they are called per robot assets. So for this is the endpoint given by UiPath. So first of all, what you do, simply copy this endpoint to a blank notepad. Done. And here we will do some modifications because I'll be using the orchestrator HTTP activity. Okay, this is the activity, orchestrator HTTP request activity. So using this I need to pull. So for when you're using the HTTP activity, you don't need the orchestrator URL. So simply remove this until here. Okay, from here you need, so put a double quote at the starting and double quote at the end. Rest of the things remain same. All you have to do is simply change the robot ID. In the previous video, I've shown you how do you pull the robot ID. So this is how I have pulled the robot ID using this above endpoint. I have shown in the previous video. In case you are interested, if you are not aware how to pull the robot ID, then it becomes mandatory for you to watch that video and then apply this techniques in this video, from this video. So I'm going to copy this ID and I will go there and I'm going to replace with my robot ID. So robot ID means, remember in the previous video I have shown it very clearly. There are two things. If you go to tenant, okay, if you click on robots, there is a robot account and there is a local user account. So here we are very specific. We are not pulling per user asset, rather we are trying to pull per robot asset. So here robot accounts you are targeting. So this is the robot, and how do you really fetch the ID of this robot I have shown in that video. So very important video. So once you have the ID, so I'm assuming you have seen it and you know how to fetch the ID and you have got the ID and you have kept it somewhere on your notepad or elsewhere. So this is the ID which I have done. I have got it. Let me simply paste it here. Done. Now the asset name. Now you would be having a different asset. So check the exact name, how the asset is created. So simply in case you don't have, create an asset and assign some values. Okay. So here I have the asset 5 which contains the credentials. So I'm going to use this asset 5 and simply paste it here. Done. So my endpoint is ready. Let's copy this and let's configure this one. So I would like to pull it from the shade because those assets are from the shade, and I would like to use a get method, and in the endpoint simply paste it. Okay, so this is our final endpoint. Getting it? So your robot ID would be different, maybe your asset name would be different, that's all. Otherwise everything remains same. So once you have got this, save this, and then on the property side of the orchestrator HTTP request, all you need is JSON response and the status code. So simply, create a variable here. So I have already created few variables on my variable panel. I'll simply use it. So one is the J response and the other variable is status. Okay, just to show you what these variables are. JSON response is a string variable and the status is an integer variable. Okay, now once you have it, next thing what you need, you simply print the status. Once you run the code, you wanted to see what happened to the code. Right line, and here I want to print the status. Done. Now next right line, drag and drop another right line, and in this one we would like to print the actual J response. Okay, JSON response. Now to see that in the pretty format, that means it will show a proper indent so that you can read it in proper way. All you have to do, simply use this activity called deserialize JSON. Drag and drop this, and this deserialization is part of UiPath.web API. In case you don't have, you can install from the managed packages. Okay, so assuming you have already installed, let's go ahead and use the JResponse variable, and the output, I have a variable called pretty format. This is simply an object variable. You can see that it's object variable. So I'm simply using that pretty format, and after that let's use a write line activity once again. And here in the write line activity, let's print the pretty format so that I can see what is the value coming in. Okay, simple. So our workflow is done. Here all you have to do is simply say .toString, because it's an integer kind of a variable. So I'm saying .toString. So now if you see, entire workflow is designed. All you do is simply run it. Okay, now the goal of this endpoint is to fetch me the asset values associated with that robot. Okay, and with that asset. Some validation error, let's see, object to string. Okay, auto head, this one, here it is. Here also simply write .toString. Okay, now hopefully everything is right. Let's run it and see. Okay, you can see the execution has started. All right, you can see I've got a 200 response code. That means it executed properly fine. So this is the output that I have got. You see, now let us copy it to a notepad so that we can read it properly. Okay, so this is the output. Now if you see what has happened, it has given me details of the asset 5. It said value type is credential, username, if you see admin robot, let's verify that in the asset 5. Okay, asset 5. Now if you see, if I edit this, username is admin robot. So did we receive the same output? Yes, admin robot. Getting it? Now you cannot see the credential because the credential is stored inside the credentials store, like orchestrator credential store, so that you cannot fetch the, because they are sensitive data, so that will be there. But again, you can see the credential password has appeared blank. But when you use a get credential activity, through that you can download and utilize it, but through API it doesn't show up the credential value, only the username would be able to appear. So you learned a new technique. When somebody asks you, can you access per robot values, so you know how to get the endpoint, where to go and where to find that endpoint, and then how to utilize that endpoint. Okay, that is the technique that you have learned from this video. Now if this video was helpful, please do comment in the video section whether you are able to utilize this video in any form, right? Was it helpful or not? Kindly mention in your comment section. And let's move on to the next topic. And there are a lot of things. Now all these small techniques that you're learning every day, it is going to help you in the long run. you get familiar with lot of different small techniques. So I would recommend you to every day watch at least few videos, just to ensure on your phone you can just open my videos and see them every day, so that it becomes a habit of you. You might have already learned it, but again it will help you to revise and quickly recall things, so you slowly become a master with your experience and with revising your knowledge time and again. That's going to help you. So thank you guys. Let's move on to our next topic and let's meet in the next video again.